Imagine the scene. Two of Turkey's brightest stars, names that once symbolized not just acting talent but the ultimate love story, suddenly making headlines again. The question buzzing across social media, whispered in gossip circles, and splashed across entertainment portals: have Demet Özdemir and Can Yaman, once rumored lovers whose connection captivated millions, turned their old romance into a quiet friendship? For years, fans have followed their story with the intensity usually reserved for fairy tales. It all began on the set of Erkenci Kuş, Daydreamer, the show that changed their lives and cemented them as icons far beyond Turkey's borders. The chemistry between Can and Demet was undeniable, magnetic, fiery, and too real to be contained by a script. Viewers from Italy to Brazil were convinced this wasn't acting. This was love spilling over from behind the cameras. Paparazzi photos fueled the fire. Late-night dinners, warm glances, little gestures no director could orchestrate. The world wanted to believe, and the world did. For a time, it seemed that Can and Demet weren't just the dream couple on screen but also in reality. But reality is rarely kind. Fame, pressure, distance, and ambition wove themselves into the story, pulling the two apart until silence replaced passion. No official breakup, no dramatic farewell, just absence. And with absence came speculation. Who ended it? Why did it fall apart? Was it Can's relentless career climb or Demet's desire to protect her individuality? The years rolled on. Can became Italy's adopted son, walking red carpets at the Venice Film Festival, signing deals, preparing for his international breakout with Sandokan. Demet carved out her own empire, starring in projects that proved her versatility and independence. Both flourished, both shined. But in the hearts of fans, one question lingered: what about them? And now, whispers of a new twist have emerged. Not of romance rekindled, not yet, but of something different, something almost more shocking: friendship. Could it be that these two, once linked by rumors of love, have found a way to transform that history into a quiet, respectful bond? Insiders claim the answer may be yes. According to reports, Can and Demet have crossed paths more often than the public realizes. Private industry events, mutual friends gatherings, the kind of situations where old tension could have flared. But instead of drama, witnesses describe warmth. A smile here, a nod there, even brief conversations that seemed anything but hostile. In fact, some suggest that the comfort between them was undeniable, as if the storm of the past had settled into something calmer. But how is that possible? How does a love, real or rumored, transform into friendship? The answer may lie in what they meant to each other. Demet was by Can's side when his career was just beginning to explode, when international fame was still a dream. Can, in turn, was part of Demet's rise to global recognition, a period that shaped her career in ways that still echo today. Together, they became symbols of a new Turkish wave, stars who carried their country's television industry onto the global stage. That kind of shared experience is not easily forgotten. And perhaps time has done its work. The bitterness of endings softens, memories settle, and what's left is respect. Respect for each other's journeys, for each other's struggles, for each other's triumphs. It is possible, perhaps even likely, that Can and Demet no longer see each other through the lens of what was but instead what is. Two professionals, two icons, two people who share a unique bond the outside world will never fully understand. Fans, of course, are divided. Some celebrate the idea of friendship, seeing it as proof of maturity, growth, and peace. Even if they're not together, it's beautiful to know they're on good terms, one fan wrote online. Others, however, refuse to let go of the romance narrative. For them, friendship is just a cover, a step towards something more. Friendship is how love begins again, another fan argued, their words echoing across comment sections. The media, naturally, fans these flames. Every public appearance is scrutinized. Every Instagram post analyzed for hidden meanings. Did Demet's cryptic caption about new beginnings refer to Can? Was Can's silence about certain rumors a sign he's protecting her? Even the smallest coincidences, being in the same city at the same time, liking a mutual friend's post, become evidence in the court of public opinion. And then there's the undeniable fact, Can and Demet together still sell. Magazine covers, YouTube videos, gossip blogs, all thrive on their names. Whether it's a supposed feud, a secret reunion, or now a friendship, their connection remains a goldmine of attention. Perhaps that is the destiny of stars this bright, to remain intertwined in the minds of fans forever, regardless of their personal choices. So what does friendship between Can and Demet really look like? Perhaps it's quieter than fans imagine. Not dramatic reunions or staged moments for cameras, but subtle gestures. A supportive message when one lands a new role. A smile across the room at a gala. A shared laugh about old memories when they bump into each other. Small, human things that don't need headlines but inevitably become them. And maybe that's the most important point of all. Because for two people who have lived under the microscope for years, who have had their private lives turned into public spectacle, friendship might be the most radical, most shocking transformation of all. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, but it is real. Yet, fans can't help but wonder, could friendship be the bridge back to something more? After all, many great love stories find their roots in friendship. If Can and Demet are truly reconnecting, even in this quiet way, does it open the door to possibilities the world thought closed forever? That, of course, is the question driving endless speculation, and perhaps the very reason why their story continues to dominate headlines. Whether love rekindles or not, one truth remains unshakable: Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir are forever linked. Their names, their histories, their legacies, woven together in ways that even time cannot unravel. Fans will continue to debate, to hope, to dream. The media will continue to chase, to question, to provoke. And Can and Demet? They will continue to live, to grow, to evolve, sometimes together, sometimes apart, but always in the spotlight of each other's shadows. So, have old loves truly turned into friendship? Perhaps. Or perhaps friendship is just the surface of something deeper, something unspoken, something waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. For now, all we know is this: the story of Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir is far from over, and the intrigue doesn't stop there. In fact, the possibility of friendship between Can and Demet raises even more questions than it answers. Because for many, the idea of them being just friends feels almost impossible. How do you erase years of history, the spark that millions witnessed, the passion that set screens on fire? Some fans argue that you don't erase it, you transform it. That's what makes the whispers of friendship so fascinating. Industry insiders claim that the entertainment world is small, and paths inevitably cross. Yet when it's Can and Demet, every encounter feels loaded with meaning. A smile that would be ignored between other colleagues becomes a headline here. A polite greeting at a festival becomes a trending hashtag. This is the weight of their legacy, ordinary gestures amplified into extraordinary moments. Some observers even suggest that friendship might be their way of reclaiming control. Instead of letting tabloids dictate the narrative of a bitter split, perhaps they've chosen to rewrite the story themselves. To show the world that they are not enemies, not strangers, but two people who share respect and perhaps even affection, long after the supposed romance faded. It's a statement of power, of maturity, of owning their truth. But still, a shadow of longing lingers. Because when fans see Can standing alone at Italian premieres, when they see Demet smiling beautifully yet surrounded by endless questions, they cannot help but imagine what could have been if life had played out differently. And perhaps that's why their story endures, because it sits perfectly at the intersection of reality and fantasy, love and loss, past and present. So maybe friendship isn't the end of the story. Maybe it's the next chapter. And in that chapter, the line between love and friendship remains as blurred as ever. One thing is certain. Whether as lovers, friends, or something in between, Can Yaman and Demet Özdemir will continue to hold the world in the palm of their hands.